Midweek update time, we are making a few targeted pivots off yesterday's card and locking in the spots that still rate best once ownership and matchup data sharpened. We are flipping quarterback back to Josh Allen at 7,000. We moved off him to Herbert yesterday for ownership leverage, but Allen's 23-point projection with a dash rank of 100 is reliable, given his long runway of starts. He is averaging 24 fantasy points per game, and he has posted 24, 29, and 23 in his last three. Tampa Bay have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 20, and his ownership is sitting around 10%, which is manageable for tournaments with slate-winning upside. The news cycle remains robust around Allen, from the Week 11 international game coverage framing Baker Mayfield versus Josh Allen to his viral clip on Wednesday and his public support of Brian DeBole, all underscoring a locked-in leader in a favorable matchup. We also like the game environment for bring-back stacks with Cade Otton, which we will get to. This is a calculated reversion that preserves ceiling without embracing heavy chalk. We are moving at running back to Josh Jacobs at 7,800. Yesterday, we leaned into James Cook for Buffalo exposure at lower salary, but the slate now points to Jacobs as a stronger touch bet against the Giants, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 29. Jacobs carries a dash rank of 100 with a 21-point projection, is averaging 20 fantasy points per game, and while the last three include a down 10, he still posted 20 and 14 before that, keeping the floor intact. Ownership around 9% is attractive for a featured back whose 2025 role has been repeatedly highlighted in recent articles, noting he's expected to play a critical role in Green Bay. This is a leverage pivot off the mid-range WR chalk while maintaining ceiling through volume. We are keeping Kenneth Gainwell as our value running back at 4,100. Cincinnati have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent rank 32. He projects for 9 with a dash rank of 100 and will be around 0% owned. The game logs are thin, but this is price leverage in the softest overall opponent spot. The Ireland recap calling out his 2-touchdown performance is a reminder of his volatility-driven upside at this tag. We are staying on Jamar Chase at 8,500. Pittsburgh have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 27. Chase has a dash rank of 100, a 21-point projection, and he is averaging 22 per game, with 20, 21, and 41 in his last three. Ownership around 9.7% remains fair for slate-breaking potential. Recent reporting that he matched Jimmy Smith's 1997 milestone adds context to the elite form we are paying for. No change here. The ceiling plus matchup still wins. We are pivoting our value wide receiver to Michael Wilson at 3,800. San Francisco have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 21, and Wilson projects for 10 with a dash rank of 100. Ownership is elevated at 22%, which makes him more of a cash or small field piece, but in large field builds, we can still sprinkle him when we pair with lower-owned cores like Jacobs or Texans defense to offset the chalk. His recent 7, 9, and 7 offer a stable floor for the salary. We are changing tight end to Cade Otton at 4,200, and this ties directly to our Josh Allen choice. We moved to Oronde Gadsden yesterday for a low-owned Herbert stack, but flagged the knee concern. With that risk lingering, we prefer Otton as a bring-back in Bill stacks. Buffalo have a tough defense overall by opponent rank 9, but Otton's role is trending up with 17, 8, and 14 in his last 3 and a 10-point projection at roughly 9% ownership. Recent coverage highlighted Baker Mayfield's downfield connection to Otton against Detroit, and that usage plus red zone involvement makes him a strong correlation partner in a game where the Bills should push pace. We are keeping Dylan Gabriel as our punt quarterback at 4,200. Baltimore have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 26. He projects for 13 with a dash rank of 100, and he has delivered 20 and 14 in 2 of his last 3. Ownership is around 1.4%, and he is now past the 3-start threshold, so the projection is more trustworthy. Local reporting has emphasized Cleveland's continued faith in Gabriel, despite the 1-4 run, and asked whether the staff can put him in a better position to succeed, which is exactly the uncertainty that can produce tournament-winning asymmetry at this tag. We are maintaining Drew Sample as the stone minimum punt at tight end for salary unlocks at 2,500. Pittsburgh have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 27, and while the 2-point projection and 0.03% ownership reflect the risk, he functions as a pure lineup construction tool to jam premium ceilings elsewhere. We are adding Jonnu Smith as a value flex at 2,900. Cincinnati have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent rank 32. He projects for 8 with 5% ownership, and his last 3 of 1, 6, and 4 show the volatility we accept at the price. Camp reports and recent headlines around scrappy practice battles only reinforce his active role in this offense, and he pairs well with Kenny Gainwell in differentiated double punt builds. We are rotating our primary flex to Woody Marks at 5,400. Tennessee have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 25. Marks projects for 14 with a dash rank of 100, and he has posted 16, 3, and 15 in his last 3 at roughly 9% ownership. Beat Coverage this week asked for more success from Marks and noted his usage arrow, and we like the correlation with our defense play. This also diversifies away from the mid-range WR cluster we avoided when we pivoted off Nico Collins. We are moving defense to the Texans at 3,700. Tennessee have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent rank 32. The Texans project for 9 with a dash rank of 100. Ownership is a modest 6%, and they have produced 14, 8, and 5 in the last 3. This correlates cleanly with Woody Marks for a classic RB plus def pairing that can compound short fields and clock-killing scripts. For a salary-saving defense, we are fine keeping the Browns at 2,400 in separate builds. Baltimore have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall by opponent rank 13. The Browns project for 5 with 1% ownership and have flash ceiling with 25 2 games back. Use this when you need the extra funds and are not stacking Ravens pieces. Quick recap of changes from yesterday's video. We switched back to Josh Allen from Justin Herbert due to a favorable opponent rank, a reliable 23-point projection at manageable ownership, and clean correlation with Cade Otton as a bringback. We moved running back exposure to Josh Jacobs for volume-driven upside versus one of the worst overall defenses per opponent rank 29, supported by news highlighting his central role in Green Bay. We kept Kenneth Gainwell as the salary unlock in the best overall opponent spot. We stayed on Jamar Chase for ceiling in a soft overall matchup. We pivoted the value wideout to Michael Wilson as a higher-owned floor piece you can mix into balanced builds. We changed tight end to Cade Otton, moving off the prior Gadsden play due to the knee concern and to capture Bill's game correlation. We shifted flex to Woody Marks and aligned the defense with Texans for positive correlation, while keeping Browns' defense as the budget alternative. If late-week reports materially change roles or that prior Gadsden knee note turns into a full sit, we will update. But as of now, the blend of dash rank, projections, opponent grades, and ownership puts us in a strong tournament posture,